What do you say we do a head trauma for now? Not at all trying to dictate how I'm feeling about that last run. It's a soy milk iron bar, yeah. This one. It only goes to mom. This one should be just fine. Although you bounce enemies pretty far with soy milk and repentance, so it's gonna be a bit more difficult than I initially thought when I played it in Rebirth. That sucks, man. I mean, hey, you know what? It's more incentive for me to get back to playing vanilla Isaac and getting used to how this game functions. Because if that was a modded run, I'm 100% certain I would have gotten some shit like that makes me shoot fucking god tears from my head. That also spawn like brimstone lasers that track down enemies, and also it rains knives from the ceiling. So I'm getting back into the swing of how actual Isaac functions. And this challenge is one of the easier ones, though. Because, like, the joke was that soy milk used to be way worse than it is now. And it took a long time to beat this one, just, like, runtime. But now that soy milk is actually, like, very, very good, and these status effects are very, very good, you're just starting with a free good synergy. I wouldn't say it's a winning synergy, but it's a free good synergy. Major copium? In what regard? In what regard? I'm saying I'm at fault for that loss. 100% I'm at fault for losing that last run. Although I want to know what hit me still. Just because I couldn't see. I mean, living in the moment, but I guess I'll find out once this VOD goes live. Some genius intellect in the comments will say at coordinate x equals 50, z equals 40, and y 20, you were struck by a tear moving at velocity 7 from the northeast quadrant of the map. And I will be, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. But for now, I have no idea. Ugh. Get shot by Dingle now. My morale is so far down, I'm getting hit by an actual piece of shit. Like a real, genuine piece of shit. This guy right here. And those little cronies, the smaller pieces of shit. Speed upgrade. Fantastic. Okay, down we go. Now, there's no item rooms in this challenge, so we're fine just to keep moving on. I'm not saying anything. I'm not talking at all. You're hearing voices inside of your head. You need to seek help. This is not real. This is a wake-up call for you. You've been in a coma for 60 years. This is the doctor's way of reaching you. Please wake up. We miss you. Your real-life husband, Brad Pitt, says this. I'm speaking through the greatest Binding of Isaac YouTuber to ever walk this planet to get to you. It's true. It's true. Come back to us. We're waiting on you. When I saw that post, that was a long time ago, like an Instagram post that circulated. When I saw that as a kid, I was probably like 10, right? Maybe like 11. I thought to myself, what if I really am in a coma? And I spent that entire day trying to do things that would wake me up. I was pinching myself, trying to, like, wake up. I was trying to look for, like, flaws in the world that were made up by my brain. Couldn't find anything, though. So maybe I am in a coma. Maybe seeing that, I'm the only person that ever saw that before, and I was supposed to wake up, and now I never did. I don't know. I'm hoping not. That's kind of crazy, though. Like, if you were in a... I don't know much about people in comas, to be honest, but... If somebody was in a coma, would that be a strategy? Oh, hello, boys. To wake them up. Oh, this looks kind of sick. The Holy Trinity right here. Look at this. 3 big old balls. You don't dream while in a coma. Really? That's interesting. Are they sure, though? Because the doctors always say people can hear you when they're in a coma. Right? Or like if they can't respond, they can still hear you. Is that just like a thing that's gonna help you cope better? Or is that a true fact? Because I've never heard the verdict if it's just like a thing doctors say to you to make you feel better, or if it's a real thing. My mom is a PT, and my grandma was a nurse, and they never told me that. Why are you shooting constantly, dude? What the hell? I was like, it's like me. I'm shooting constantly. Now watch this. I don't look away from the screen. Different device, please. Nothing happened. It was just me popping my homing tears. Kind of a busted item to get, though, is telepathy for dummies, huh? Great. 2 black cards right there. Nice. Hey. Heard it here first, folks. Green Puff calls me the world's greatest Isaac player. I know it might upset a few people, but it's the facts. Okay. That's interesting to me. That kind of sucks, though. Can you imagine, like, being unable to respond to somebody, but still being able to hear them? Like, that must suck. Like, what if you're, like, on your deathbed, right? And you can't respond, and you're, like, in, like, a mini coma, and your family's, like, next to you saying, like, oh, we love you, you know, like, adios. And you're just like, I want to tell these bitches that I have, like, $1 million stashed away, like, underneath the oak tree in my house, and now they'll never know. Get this lady a pencil. Well, there might be some, like, lighter comas where they can process what you're saying. Knowing me, a guy like me, I'm built different, I could probably understand what someone's trying to tell me. I'll be real with you. None of that weak beta shit, I could understand and tell somebody. 100%. Not even a question. Not even a freaking question. Watch this. Shortcut. Let's go. I think it's a shortcut. Could be the wrong way. You never know. You think a guy like me wouldn't be able to process things in a comatose state? Get your head out of your ass. Come on. Come on. I would be able to... I could probably write Shakespearean literature in my coma. Monkey in a typewriter situation. Just believe me. If there's infinite possibilities in this universe, there is a chance I go into a coma and also find a way to write Shakespeare inside of that coma. And you guys can't convince me otherwise. Just the facts, Jack. I hate this boss. You were concussed, so you wouldn't eat my bomb. I'm using both my bombs on you because this boss actually pisses me off. Yep. Yeah, do your little diagonal thing, huh? See how that works for you. Oh, he's stuck. I'm not a monkey. I'm just saying I could do monkey in a typewriter situational things. I am not concluding that I am of the primate. Oh, that's pretty good too, but I like this better. We're only going to mom. It's like 2 more floors. We're gonna get like maybe max like 4 items out of Lemmiga Town. We don't need it. Oh. This is epic. You know what I haven't done in a long time? Is take the left hand down to the chest and forget to drop it. 'Cause I don't take the left hand anymore, because I'd rather have just regular chest pull items. I'm not a monkey. I can just do things that monkeys do. And better, honestly. I don't have thumbs on my feet. I guess I have a big toe. That doesn't count as a thumb. Allegedly, I have a big toe. I guess nobody knows for sure. I've never seen it. You've never seen it. So, who's to say for certain, honestly. But big toes used to be like monkey thumbs, right? When you had like, when you were like, you were dexterous with your feet as a primate. That's what those were for, like, swinging on trees and shit. Because there's no need for that toe to be that big otherwise, right? That would just be absurd. Oh, that's really good. Because we have so many goddamn tears coming out. Probably. That's what I'm thinking. The human body's weird, man. You think about, like, how many... Like, you have fingers that all vary in sizes, with toes that usually all vary in sizes as well. Usually. I mean, like, what's the purpose? I am like King Kong. If I was to compare myself to any kind of gorilla, I would compare myself to King Kong. I can't hit you. Thank you. This is true. But also, you're like the shape of your toes and your feet and your hands are pretty indicative of like your ancestry, right? Like, isn't certain shapes of your toes, or like if 2 toes are the same length, they can like show that you have some kind of like, you know, Egyptian or Greek ancestry or whatever. Like they can be pretty indicative of that. I've seen graphs of that, at least, of like, hey, if you got, you know, two of the same, like your second and third toe going from big toe down are like the same size, you might have some Egyptian ancestry or vice versa. I don't know if that's true or just like a little internet thing, but I don't know. I would believe it. There's weirder stuff in like genetics that I, don't believe, but, or that that are unbelievable, but I do believe. I'm sure some things, like your traits tell you ancestry. Like, if you have blue eyes and your parents have like green and brown eyes, your dad was probably cheating on your mom, but or I guess vice versa. That's a joke, obviously. There are recessive and dominant. I've done Punnett squares before. I was in high school biology. I've done Punnett squares and stuff like that. We'll take a soul heart here. But there was actually, I think it was the grade before me in high school. They were doing Punnett squares, and one of the girls realized that her eye color was an impossible combination from her parents, and they found out she was actually adopted when she confronted her parents about it. That was pretty fucking funny. I think I knew that girl, actually. Well, I didn't know her, but I think I had a class with her, like junior year. That shit's pretty funny. Ugh. How do I hit you? There we go. Oh, double haunt. Yes, please. I love my double haunt. Oh. There was a chance she wasn't. Like, maybe like her grandpa had like a recessive gene or like a weird combination of blue and brown eyes that would have made her of a different color. But from what I understand, from what our teacher told us, is that her eye color wasn't possible to her parents, and she brought it up to them, and then they said that she was adopted. So I think it's a pretty fucking funny story. If I found out that I was adopted through that kind of means, I would not be mad. I would laugh. I think it'd be pretty funny. I don't think if I found out that I actually was adopted, I don't think I would mind that much. I know I can't say it because, like, I can't imagine myself in that kind of scenario, but, like, if my parents told me you were, adopted, I don't think I would be that mad. I think I'd kind of just be like, oh, all right, that's fine. Like, it would not change anything for me. I think when parents tell the kids after they've already, like, graduated high school, I think that's fine. Because, it's not going to affect their development anymore, because they've lived through their childhood already. It's not going to change anything. They've already had, like, hopefully a decent childhood besides that. You fucking ass. I hate this item so much. I don't want to wait 6 years for my tears to go away. I just want to put a bomb down there. This and Saturnus should not affect your bombs. They changed it so Saturnus doesn't, but this one still does. I hate it so much. It makes me so viscerally angry. It could have been a mutation, true. It could have been. I don't think I'd be that mad, though. I knew a couple kids that were adopted, and their parents told them from, adoption, like that they were adopted. They knew they were. I think I would prefer to wait until I graduated to know that knowledge, or wait till I was like an adult to hear that. Because at that point, you have more of a rational thought, And you could be angry they kept it from you, sure, but I think it's just better that way. You're not fretting about it in your childhood. But one of the girls, her name was Haley. She was a childhood friend of mine. Her and her sister went to the same daycare as me. And when you were a kid, it was like a bunch of kids that are daycare like claimed to be adopted to be like unique or whatever. So no one believed her at first. Then like 2 years later, when I like left the daycare, I ran into her again and I found out, oh shit, she actually was adopted. And I don't think she minded at all. I think she knew her biological parents as well, but just didn't really care to like reunite with them, which is fine. It's hard to imagine yourself in that kind of situation of like, if I was adopted, would I actually want to go find my biological parents? It depends on the circumstance. Did they abandon you? Did they give you a way to have a better life? Like, what was the reasoning? I think that definitely affects it too. Like, if I found out that like my biological parents had like abandoned me in like a stroller in Central Park, I think I'd want to know just for curiosity's sake, like, who they were. But I wouldn't really care to have like a conversation with them. I mean, at that point, all you did was carry me for 9 months and give a painstaking birth. What does that mean to me? Nothing. No, obviously, I think I'd want to like say hi to them, but I wouldn't want to like reconnect. But if they were like, we gave you a way to have a better home because we were, super impoverished or we couldn't take care of you, then I'd want to reconnect, I think. And then you get like 2 parents. The ones that called the stork, yeah. Those ones, you know. We're going to crush this fight. We have strength card and we have the psychic tiers. Every tier will land, believe me. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. A couple of these guys are missing, but halfway done. Still got above half HP. Another victory in the books. We totally did not lose at all today. Don't watch the last video. It didn't happen. This is the first run of the day, actually, and we're kicking it off strong. Nothing has happened before this. Keep your mind clear. Out of curiosity's sake, what's going on the old boss rush here? All right, it's complete trash. And we take this, see how big our tiers can get. It's pretty large. What do we unlock for this one? D12. Not my favorite item, but it could be useful under some circumstances. If you're watching the YouTube VOD, thank you for watching.